Culture isn't as dead as everyone says it is in Las Vegas. On Tuesday nights, it's alive and kicking at Rejuvenate on Flamingo and Pecos. The MM&J Poetry hosting team leads open mics and featured poets from around Las Vegas and beyond. Rejuvenate offers coffees, teas, and sandwiches with an artistic atmosphere, often displaying local artists. Every Tuesday night at 7 p.m., you too can join in by bringing your own poetry to read and share with the community at large.
And next up is an icon in the Las Vegas poetry scene. I used to call her the Queen of the Slam, but she don't like that anymore. Anyway, she's hosted. She's a great poet, great writer. Carrie O'Connor.
Dear Journal, it's been 4 months since I decided to break up with you, but it's because I've been thinking about someone else. In England it was an ex. In Ireland it was the blush boy giving my father directions. In Barcelona it was that statue of Columbus pointing towards the sea.
How long have you been performing?
Since I was 17, so I'm about to be 30 in about 2 weeks, so probably about 13 years.
I want to be Jesse's girl. I want to be your girl, the one that all those words make sense for, when the really annoying bits are really just funny. See, hating someone is hard when they aren't living a life in generalities, and I want to be hope just so you could know what that feels like for once, and when you aren't there, I can have hope for myself, and I want to tell the truth, even when I can't tell it, read your eyes even when I can't spell it, spill my heart out just because I know you're staring. See, this life is hard, and I need a hand in helping to knead it, taste life, and eat it, because it's been way too long since a good kiss came my way.
Now, where do you see poetry going in the next 10 years?
It's been really cool to see a lot of people going on the web and having their own blogs and posting their own poetry. And it's also really good to see people coming out to open mic nights and not just seeing poetry as some boring, stuffy thing. They can add their own personality to it, and they can feel like poetry is part of themselves. And it's really good to see people using poetry as a way to express themselves, but being able to do that in different kinds of ways. Like you go on YouTube and people are posting their whatever they're working on, and people collaborate online and message boards, and so that's really exciting for me. Is the web is really bringing a lot of people together to create some great stuff.
10,000 dead people from head to toe. Would the bodies stretch from Maine to Florida, or only from Maine to New Hampshire? Which one would you rather hear on the news? The dead stretched from North Dakota to Nebraska, or the dead stretched from Disneyland to Disney World?
Do you experience the philosophical aspects of your poetry in your daily life?
Yeah. And sometimes, my poetry comes directly from like my journals, and although they may not be directly political, there's always like underlying currents.
The boobies are milking the cows in Cuntlick, Virginia, filling up the ass of Missy Petunia, your 8th grade horticulture teacher, who taught you how to horticulture. The boobies are exploding and vomiting on your new carpet, retching up doves and peace and shit. The boobies are marching on Baghdad and drinking lemon tea. And now the boobies are urinating on the tree of life. And fear not, soon the boobies will be studying philosophy in community college.
And speaking of ethics, how do you rate a poet?
Well, you first, take the poem and you tear it into little pieces. And then you have to throw them up in the air and then see if the letters fall in the right place. And if they don't fall in the right place, then you have a poem.
So come on down to Flamingo and Pecos and read a poem. Have a coffee and meet some new friends. You might be surprised. Poetry isn't just in old drafty books. It's in anyone who wants to try and express themselves in written or spoken word.
I hope everybody had a wonderful week. I'm going to stall for time while Mark goes and sees who our first reader is, because I don't have a poem in my hand.
This is my rubber tooth alligator.
Hi.
My father always said that he always held hands with my mother right up to the end, because if he let go, she'd either kill him or go shopping, one of the two.
It's excellent to see people who are really passionate about the craft that early in life. I know I certainly wasn't.